And we're Tuesday. We're doing some back day today. Going up on the weights here, doing the big plate 135. So we're still kind of rounding up the form on the barbell rows, getting up to weight and getting some reps. So we're getting some good progress on this exercise. We're gonna do as many reps as we can. Form looks pretty decent. Chest out, elbows back. Gets us the proper range of movement, so we'll try to keep that going forward. This one looks pretty decent right now. No complaints. So that's barbell rows out of the way. Right after, we're gonna go to our bread and butter back workout, doing the pull-up. Of course, we're gonna you can start with what difficulty level is right for you. I'm gonna crank out a few reps with 20-pound dumbbells. And then I'm going to drop down to some just body weight, and then I'm going to use the resistance band for some assistance. So I'm just going down easier to easier progressions. Looking at this, I might add like an Australian pull-up, but we'll see how I feel. I'm kind of speaking for the me doing the work next week, and I don't know if I'm gonna follow through on that. So here, you see me going down to the next progression. Form looks pretty good. Make sure to come down and then go back up. So if you can't do a pull-up right now, there's no shame or harm in starting at a progression that you can do, even if that's not a pull-up, right? If it's not a, if it's whether you're doing lat pull downs. If you have access to that equipment, or you're doing a resistance band pull-up or an Australian pull-up, it's about finding the proper progression that works for you and doing it. So not being able to do a pull-up is still not a reason to not do some pull-up work, some back exercise, right? So here we're going to do some L-sit holds. That actually looks pretty good. That looks pretty decent. Not perfect, but we'll get that to 90 degrees eventually, one day. 2020 something, it's gonna be the year it happens. And then from there, we're gonna do some lifts. So here, I'm really trying to get as high as I can for each of these reps with the legs straight. Once I can't do that anymore, I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break and let my my arms cool down a little bit, and then I'm gonna go right back up. I'm gonna do it without the dumbbell this week. I wanted to see try and get a little bit higher range of motion on this, get my knees up higher, to try and get a little bit more ab activation. So just changing it up a little bit. I liked it from my first impression, so I'm gonna keep that for a while, and I'll have to finish with the dumbbells, so that makes it a little bit easier. From there, I'm gonna do some scapular pull downs, or scapular pull-ups. We're just gonna hang and just kind of deep press our shoulders, kind of pull back, keeping our arms straight. So looks pretty good. We're gonna finish off with that. And then once we're done, we're gonna head on upstairs to do some straight arm scapular pull downs. So this is gonna kind of work on the serratus and kind of that back muscle under the arms, right around that area. Form is super important here. If you bend your arms, you're basically doing a tricep extension. So you want to lock your elbows, keep your arms straight. If you picture in your mind you're trying to break this bar in half, then you're going to get the right form. And this one looks pretty good here. I was pretty conscious about my form throughout, and looks pretty decent on video too. From there, we're going to superset these two exercises. We're going to do a face pull. Face pull, you want to lead with your wrists, so you don't want to, and you want to pull from a point above you. Don't lead with your elbows. You're doing more of a row there, which is a great exercise, but it's a little bit different from like a face pull. So just try to lead with your wrist, kind of do a bicep pose, and then I do an extension at the end to make it a little bit more difficult. So looks pretty good, feels pretty good, no big complaints. But then from there, we're gonna wrap up the day with some bicep exercises, starting with chin up. You just want to use the chin up grip, and same thing as pull-ups. You want to come all the way down and then get full range of motion to the top. I'm using a dumbbell here just to grip for some added resistance and a little bit of stability to the core. But from there, we're going to jump right on over to some bicep curls with the resistance band. You can use a weight for this. You can use barbells, dumbbells, of course, a classic. I use a resistance band because I don't have dumbbells quite heavy enough, and I don't want to go back downstairs and finish with a barbell. So I just do the resistance band, and it seems to work out okay. I'm going to do as many reps as I can. Form is okay. It's not perfect. The range of motion is a little awkward with the resistance band because it's anchored at a point in front of me instead of straight down. So yeah, it is what it is. But that's going to wrap up back and bicep workout day. We're just going to do some core workout. Yeah, usually on Tuesdays, I think because of the hanging leg raises, my core is a little bit burned out. Can't do the red band, so I try every week, and maybe one week I'll get it. But I drop to just the green and the black. And once again, my leg looks pretty straight here. Looks pretty good. Funny enough, looking back on the video I was of my past exercises, doing this almost I have to feel like I'm pushing my legs back towards my feet, like pushing my butt toward my feet a little bit, like I'm leaning that way to get a little bit closer to straight up and down. Like if I whereas I'm straight up and down, I'm actually leaning forward a little bit. So it's good to look back and see points of improvement in the past workouts and kind of improve day to day, week to week. But from there, we're going to do some pal off presses. Same thing here. Form. We want to keep our arms straight as we go out. Make sure our shoulders are back, our head is up, and when our arms aren't dipping down or to the side when we're doing the extension. That's really important. And then once we can't do any more, we're gonna call it there. After the pal off press on Tuesdays, on back day, I like to add just a seated leg raise to finish off the day. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm gonna sit here and try to elevate my legs, kind of work on my hip flexors a little bit. So I'm just gonna do this. I aim for about 1.5 minutes now. It's been up for a minute, so getting some progress. Still hate this exercise, so that's what keeps me doing it. But we're gonna wrap up with this, and that's gonna be it for today. Subscribe to get a daily reminder for your workout. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. All right, take a break as you need, like I'm doing here. Have a good one.